Hi Kiwi and welcome back to a new episode of Hades 1. This is our mirror setup for the day, and if it looks similar to the last one we ran, it's because we are running it back with the aspect of Hestia. I know I don't like to do the same aspect 2 times in a row, but this time I'm going to do something a little bit extra special. If you don't see the number yet, there it is. 40 heat with 2 levels of hard labor, maxing out, or 3 levels of lasting consequences, maxing out convenience fee, jury summons, 3 levels of extreme measures, maxing out calisthenics program, benefits package, middle management, underworld customs, first overtime, hidden security, and tight deadline. For a total of 40 heat. Said that really fast, didn't I? Anyway, okay, starting off with a hammer is really good for us. Actually, these are all pretty good options. I mean, setting up for rocket bomb would be amazing, but I think explosive fire is going to be better for me in terms of consistency, so I'm going to go that route. Having AoE on Hestia always sounds good. Ricochet fire and explosive shot are probably our best options in that regard, with a piercing shot being a fairly decent option as an alternative. Those are probably the 3 hammers I want most on Hestia, because I will admit I'm not the best at playing around my rockets and my bombs, rather. Yeah, let's take the chaos here. So the basic idea of Hestia is you reload and you shoot, right? Because your empowered shot kind of carries the run. We want attack or dash strike damage here, so we do get off for dash strike. I'm less into dash strike, admittedly. I'd probably favor the HP, honestly, just because I'm not super consistent with Hestia in terms of doing dash strikes. Yeah, I'm going to take the HP here. And, ooh, Aphrodite, perfect. So we want Aphrodite's attack because that'll give us a nice solid amount of damage. Apply weak to foe. Since we have a pretty elevated level of hard labor on these enemies, it'll just make it a little bit more consistent in terms of keeping them from killing us in a few hits. Again, empowering the damage on Hestia's attack is also amazing. It may be the only boon we really need.
You miss me, little godling? I thought I'd steal away a bit, and that together we might make up for lost time.
Whatever you say, Aphrodite. Now give us, well, lowest tier attack, but still 50% damage up, and we can palm it. Our goal is to try and get it to around 100% damage, and then we can feel satisfied that even though we didn't take the Shattered Shackle, we're still doing about as much damage as we would have had if we had taken it. Also worth remembering to toss out my cast every now and again for Boiling Blood. I'm probably going to forget to do that fairly often, or just completely whip the shot. And do it too late. The thing about Hestia is that I can usually pretty consistently kill things as they spawn, especially in Tartarus. As we get to the higher HP enemies, that'll be less fun, particularly in Asphodel. Things just get a lot tankier with the Calisthenics program in particular. Ares, okay, well, I can't afford Ares. Zeus is decent here, not my favorite god on Hestia, but we can make it work. Also, I am terrible at using Meg, and I acknowledge that. Well, at least I hit one of them, and that one's basically dead if I can let auto-target. There we go. Auto-target did not want to cooperate. I wanted to kill that one first. There we go. Anyway, so I'm also using Meg's Keepsake. I think I'm way more consistent with Boldy just because I use it so often. Meg, I've never really learned how to redirect properly.
We're all in this together, aren't we, nephew?
Alright, let's see. I'll take your special. So I'm taking the special here because I'm thinking about maybe going for smoldering air with a Zeus call. That would be pretty solid for DPS potential. Granted, I probably won't use it that much in hindsight, just because Hestia is a long-range weapon, probably the longest range weapon in the game aside from maybe Chiron I could make an argument for, but I still think Hestia's empowered shot outranges it. Because if you didn't know, Hestia's empowered shot isn't just a damage steroid, it is a range. It increases the base range of the attack as well. Toss that right on the attack for 20% more damage. That sounds delightful. And since we have tight deadline on, I'm not even going to consider Infernal Tros. It's just a trap for wasting time. As it is, rooms like this where enemies are super spread out are really unideal for me. But the reason why I just want to backtrack and talk about the hammer a little bit more. So explosive shot is amazing on Hestia for higher heat runs, especially if you put any levels of damage control on. You kind of need explosive shot to make it work, because explosive shot gives you the AoE to hit multiple enemies and deal with that. Ooh, okay, this is really hard. I think because of tight deadline, I have to turn down that trial, but that is a hard to give up trial, honestly, because more Zeus is always worthwhile. But I guess looking at it objectively, Aphrodite's attack is basically the main boon I need on this run, and then I mostly need palms and HP. Survivability from Athena would probably be the other thing, so hopefully we see Athena on this run. I'll probably take her Keepsake on the next floor, honestly, unless we get locked into a 4th god already. Although even then, honestly, taking a 5th god as Athena might not be a bad option here, exclusively because
Why, isn't that their sister Hestia's oddly constructed armament you bear? She always was so predisposed to flame. I thought she'd never give it up. If it's to be in any hands, then may as well be yours.
All right, let's see. Maybe Frozen Touch just for safety. I could argue for the call too, because we can spam some iframes with it. Or do I reroll for something better?
Hey, got anything else?
Ravenous Will isn't bad. Yeah, that'll give us some survivability and damage. I was hoping for maybe Rare Crop or something like that, or a higher tier trade for the attack, because I could work with Demeter's attack. I think Demeter has the second highest attack base strength compared to Aphrodite, and Shield is actually amazing for survivability, because I mean, you're slowing your opponent's attack by 40%. Makes, when you have forced overtime on it, just makes everything a lot easier to contend with, especially at higher heats where you really want to avoid taking damage as much as possible. That's half the reason why I'm running Hestia in the first place. It's just, it's so easy for me to avoid hits with Hestia because of its incredible range. The main reason why that's the main reason why I'm thinking maybe building around Smoldering Air or planning for Smoldering Air is a bad idea. So here's an example of a room where Explosive Fire just makes such a difference, because I can clear all of the shields very quickly, because the base attack on Hestia is very fast. It's just slower because you have to reload to get that empowered shot. But if your goal is to just do 1 damage to break a shield, then the Rail still does a great job at that. And now I can kill these things as they spawn to hopefully prevent them from spamming shields on each other. Because the nice thing about damage control spamming enemies is that they can't shield themselves, they can only shield those around them. Which, when you get a room full of numbskulls spamming that nonsense, yeah, it's awful, but... Alright, we're up to 100, we're up to 84% increase on the attack. That's pretty awesome. A shame we didn't get a higher tier attack, but honestly, I'm feeling pretty good. And there is Athena to round out our 4th god. That's awesome. We'll take the dash right away. So yeah, Athena, I would argue that for any high heat run, Athena is just kind of a must.
Hope I didn't keep you waiting.
Unless you're just so good at the game.
All 3 of us against this trash, sisters. All right.
Which I acknowledge I am...
Ready, sisters?
I would say I would probably count as an above average player in Hades. I think at this point I've beaten 32 heat on every weapon, and I may be beating 40 heat. Well, it's hard to say. I've been practicing 40 and 45 heat on a different save file, mostly with the aspect of Zeus, and I think at some point when I get that victory, I will upload a video of me beating 45 heat. But it's mostly just kind of to see, like, get a sense of what works, what doesn't work. But I mean, there is a small masochistic part of me
Where'd the others go?
that is thinking about doing 40 heat on every weapon. I don't know if I'll do every aspect. That feels like a little bit too much for me.
My keepsakes.
And my constitution, maybe, but I'm thinking about it. Okay, so Ares wouldn't be a bad option, honestly, because Ares would give us an empowered attack every time we kill something, and that works really well with Hestia, but I don't think I should lock in a 5th god here.
Okay.
Yeah, screw it. Let's do it.
Can wash away my
His buff
burns.
is too good not to. All right. Well, we sell the Zeus special because we don't really need it, and we move on to Asphodel. Honestly, getting the Ares empowered attacks after every kill probably will save us from tight deadline hurting us, and we got Divine Dash, and we don't need Death Defiances, so forcing Athena right now doesn't feel as worth it as I was going to think it was before. So we'll take that 5th god, and we'll run with it. I think I took I forget if I took privilege status or the status privilege, or why do I call it status privilege? It's definitely privilege status. I don't think I think I took privilege status and not family favorite, but if we had taken family favorite, that would be very helpful for, I mean, Ares will give us another 5% universal damage up, so that'll be nice when we get his boon. And we'll just keep stacking the attack here. We're at level 4. We're almost at 100%. Now, Ares versus Hermes here. Let's go for Ares. I think really the only thing we want from Ares is that, what is it? Urge to Kill? I always get Urge to Kill and the other boon that I'm mixing it up with, well, mixed up. Basically, we kind of want both. We want the one that empowers your next attack or special after killing an enemy. That will make our AoE burst damage incredibly good, especially if we get a higher tier boon. Let's see what we get.
There are so many types of death, and yet the sudden, violent kind is unsurpassed, I think.
And we get Urge to Kill, so that's the one I was mixing it up with. Urge to Kill still isn't a bad option because it's 13% more damage to our attack, which is still nice. We take every free chamber we can get, so Eurydice here is amazing. Honestly, considering Ambrosia Delight here for the enhanced attack, because let's see, we have like 4 boons we could hit.
We were just in the middle of a song here, hon.
Alternatively, I do take Refreshing Nectar just for better potential Hermes boons. I think Rush Delivery is too good to pass up. If we get a good Rush Delivery here, I just think it's more worth it. And you'll see, you've probably seen by now in most of my runs, I tend to favor Ambrosia Delight over Refreshing Nectar, mostly for that reason. Did I mix them up? I'm having a moment of did I mix them up? because I can't keep names straight for anything, can I, Kiwi? Point being, I think getting enhanced rarity on the next couple boons to be more valuable in Asphodel than enhanced 2 random boons in my arsenal.
Farewell, gigantic Gorgonhead.
Unless I only have 1 boon to use. Nourish Soul or Frozen Touch here. I probably take Nourish Soul, but but honestly, Frozen Touch gives me, I think I'll take Frozen Touch because if I get hit during Hades, it'll slow him down and that'll give me a ton of safety. A free Fountain Chamber, we take those as much as we can. Hopefully we see Thanatos and some more story chambers. Like, Patroclus, whether we need the Death Defiances or not, is always a great find on any run because the 60% damage up on Hestia will be amazing either way, and it's a free chamber, and we need as many free chambers to get through Tight Deadline level 3 as possible, because I will be honest, Tight Deadline is probably the run killer for me the most when I do higher heat runs, and so I try to find ways to not have to use it where possible, just because I'm not a fast runner by any metric. I'm too easily distracted. I like to collect my fish, my infernal troves, my trials. And it's just so very tempting to take those over anything else. But it is what it is. At the end of the day, I'm doing a challenge run. I recognize this as a challenge run. I don't think there was any expectation that players the average player would be running a 40 heat run with any weapon, frankly, unless they were feeling extra spicy. And I do wonder what the percentage of players that have, 1, beaten 32 heat is, and 2, that have beaten anything above 32 heat. Ah, man, this is rough. 'Cause I'm gonna take the Hermes boon here. The free chamber of the... Oh, wait, no. Okay, I'm fine. This was the final room, so we're fine.
All right, boss. Here, let's get you on your way.
I was debating taking this Hermes boon. All right, ooh, a high tier hyper sprint. I like that because that can set us up for a really juicy rush delivery.
Not yet.
Worst case scenario, we get hyper sprint and extra dashes is my kind of thought process here. Even if we don't get rush delivery, extra dashes just carry runs for me because they just give me...
And now, prepare to die.
That much more survivability. But basic idea on Lurny is keep your distance. We have Divine Dash so we can reflect projectiles as a defensive tool, so rather than running away from those homing projectiles, we just dash into them in many instances. And remember that I do have Meg if I want to use her, although I don't really, like, I am very inconsistent at using Meg, even when I, like, use her at the right time, because I still haven't fully learned how to aim her. There's a trick to, like, moving your control stick in the direction you want her to fire her line of projectiles in. And for some reason, it just hasn't clicked, or I haven't bothered reading how to do it, and I haven't practiced with her enough to, like, get consistent with it. Honestly speaking, I feel like I'd be way more consistent with Boldy, just because it gives me a little of HP, gives me a little bit of coin to afford a boon I may want for the run. Realistically speaking, those things probably don't add up to much, but they do add up to something over the course of the run. It's mostly just lasting consequences kind of limits the benefit of the HP he gives. But the nice thing about Hestia is we like 2 or 3 shot these heads, so especially if I pop them with a nice juicy, what's the word, get them with Boiling Blood on it first, just so that we get that 50% damage steroid. Boiling Blood, if you build around special or attack, you need to learn how to use it effectively because it is such a potent mirror perk. It's so good at what it does. I mean, it's a free 50% damage. The most important thing, though, to recognize about it is it does not affect curse damage or, like, kind of those bonus damages like Doom and Jolted and that sort of thing. It's just the base attack of your, the base damage of your attack and special. So it scales really well with percentage-based boons.
That blasted Hydra never takes my feet back.
And it still scales well with, like, a Zeus or Ares build. It's just not nearly as powerful. All right, let's see. I think I'm just gonna stick with Acorn for the rest of the run, and we sell that Frozen Touch. I guess that's the other reason to take it. It's a higher tier boon, so it's easier to sell. And we'll gladly take this armor up here because that will, or this increased damage to armor because Elysium is full of armored enemies, and killing them a little bit faster does us a world of good, I would say. All right, let us see what reader's starting with. Okay, we'll take the second hammer, hope for Ricochet Fire. I don't know actually if you can get Ricochet with Explosive Fire, or frankly for that matter, if you can get, what's the other one? Piercing Fire? You probably can't, honestly. And so with that in mind, I'll probably, I would think the one that makes us shoot 5 bombs at once would probably be the best option after that, because I can do a big AoE. Will help us with damage control shields as well, potentially. We'll see what we're offered. I think inevitably we are going to be taking a something that affects the special. Gotta be careful with these chariots because they do not flinch with their armor and they just ram into me. And especially if they have double damage, they're doing like 30s very easily on us. All right, what do we get? Let's see. Oh, Seeking Fire. I didn't think about that. Oh, definitely don't take Spread Fire. I feel like that would ruin our run. So Seeking Fire I didn't consider, but it's not that great. It's only a 10% damage boost, but it's way better than Hazard Bomb for me. I don't want to accidentally clip myself with Hazard Bomb and get hit stun. And then we go for this Athena Chamber. Frankly, there is nothing from Demeter I strictly want. Frozen Touch is okay just for safety. Rare Crop would be amazing if it hit the attack, but there's no guarantee on that. And Demeter seems to be kind of stingy in sharing Rare Crop. And with still a whole bunch of core boon slots open, it's unlikely that she will offer it to us in any meaningful period of time. So we'll just, we'll like I said before, honestly, Aphrodite's attack is probably the only boon we strictly need, with Athena's dash being a strong second, just for survivability. Because, I mean, nothing's more fun than an Asphodel room full of Drakons with armor that you can't instant nuke, spamming projectiles with a couple witches on top. I've had rooms like that and it's a nightmare. Also, oh my goodness, Elysian Archer rooms. Not only are they some of the worst rooms to deal with in terms of if you don't have good hit stun or good ways to clear their armor quickly, they are just an abject nightmare to deal with.
Vanquish all who stand against you, noble cousin. I and your relatives upon Olympus shall assist you in so doing.
Let's see. Parting Shot. Well, I guess I could sell it. Alternatively, Blinding Flash would set us up for status privilege if I did take it. Or her special for an AoE Reflect. I think... just so that, to make sure that I do have status privilege, I'll go with Blinding Flash, though. And I'm dashing through enemies fairly often, so back attacks are likely. We'll see. We'll see how this performs. Keeping in mind that I have Divine Dash, I can one-shot splitters by dashing into their first projectile. When reflected, it actually it tends to one-shot them. I don't know if that fully extends to when we have 2 levels of Calisthenics program on, but still. But like, this is the power of Hestia. Like, Hestia is still plowing through enemies that have 30% more HP.
Power of the gods.
I think Urge to Kill is probably my best option here. Just flat damage increase for my attack. And another Aphrodite boon. May as well take that. I think at this point, what do I want? Life Affirmation, maybe?
I am always prepared to fight whoever dares oppose me.
Sweet Surrender wouldn't be a bad option either, just for increased damage on weakened foes. I mean, we're hitting consistent 422 damage per shot. We get Rush Delivery and hopefully a higher tier Rush Delivery, and that'll go up substantially. But yeah, I mean, this is why I think Hestia, of all the weapons, aside from maybe Chiron or the Blitz Disc, Zeus's aspect on the shield, is my best weapon for clearing higher heats, just because, for me, Hestia is my most consistent weapon, bar none. I mean, we've seen it's the weapon I use for all these challenge runs. I just beat the game boonless on 32 heat. I think that goes to show you how confident and consistent I am with Hestia overall. And like, honestly, we're halfway through Elysium. I have not lost a Death Defiance. I'm sure Asterius is going to make me eat those words in a second because that's always how it goes. But like, we still have both Athena's Death Defiances. We could see Patroclus even if I do lose a death. And if I recall, I took Extreme Measures 3, so there's no threat of ultimate Hades at the end of this.
I accept this message.
All right, Parting Shot again. I probably take, yeah, I'm gonna take Life Affirmation. I think it's Parting Shot. The only benefit to Parting Shot is I can sell it for money.
Thought I'd find you here.
I'm gonna get shot. Whee!
You've come this far, now let's make sure you go the distance, Sag.
All right, Than, give us something good. So, honestly, Thanatos Chambers are great for when you're running max tight deadline because, again, they pause the timer, which matters a lot when you have only 5 minutes per floor to clear. And we're not running a build that scales. Our build is pretty much plateaued. Our DPS potential, unless we get Rush Delivery, is at its peak pretty much at this point. There are not many things that we could get aside from maybe a Zeus Call Smoldering Air build. And again, I'm hesitant to even go that route because without Hestia's entire strength is that it's safe from a distance. Oh gosh, that's a lot of archers. But they popped immediately. Like, I mean, I love Hestia. What can I say? Hestia is my favorite weapon. Anyway, so again, Than pauses chambers. In and of itself, that's great. Downside to Than is it's a pretty long room. It's a good thing they pause chambers because the Than chambers take forever to clear, and you're super liable to take damage if you're not careful. So I honestly argue if you can get the kills fast enough, go for it. If you're lacking DPS in your build, just play safe and let Than do his job. I mean, the 25 HP sounds great. Kill what you can because, I mean, it's potential gold, I imagine. I don't actually know if they drop gold in these chambers. All right, we did not, I don't know. Do I take Greatest Reflex or do I reroll for Rush Delivery? I'm gonna roll. Let's do it. Come on. No luck, and we don't get the extra roll run either. I'm gonna roll again. Come on. Okay, rush delivery, 50%? That's still a 50% damage up. That's amazing. All right. Could have done with a rarer rush delivery, but let me shop, please. Okay, I think I'm good. All right, once again, we skip the trial because we need to be conscious of time. We have a good amount of time, but I want to play it as safe as possible. The Palm and Zeus, I'll take Zeus first. Let's see. I think I'm still going to take the special. I don't think it's a good idea to play around Zeus's aid, honestly. It's just too risky with Smoldering Air. And we'll take the HP at this point. I just need... I think at this point, I am cleared for damage, especially with that rush delivery. I just need survivability, so more HP. So yeah, we are consistently hitting somewhere in the realm of 500 to 600 damage with every attack. That is amazing. And again, since I don't have to worry about extreme measures for Hades, I am in a pretty safe position for this run. This run actually, it feels really possible. We'll see how if I choke on the heroes or not. But with Evergreen Acorn and again Aspect of Hestia, this honestly feels like a, I'm not going to say free win. It's definitely not a free win, but it feels really possible. And I'm excited. My heart's racing a little bit, Kiwi. I should not get cocky this early into the run, but it feels possible. And that's all I'm going to say. Oh, well, there's my cockiness biting me in the butt. Like I said before, archer rooms are a right pain because I'm so focused on dodging the archers that I'm prone to getting hit by the meleeers. Especially, oh my goodness, the Elysian long spears are a right pain because they, oh my god, okay, hold on, I gotta focus. This is not fun. Please stop shooting me, no. Between chariots, long spears, and archers, this room is oh my goodness, this room is awful. I think we've got it now, but oh my goodness, that was miserable. We almost lost 2 Death Defiances. Like, this is my fault for getting cocky. Let's go for the palm, see if we can get a little bit more damage on the attack. Like I said, if I can get up to 100% damage, I'd love it. Also, if you didn't know, but I think you've probably seen it in the other runs by now, this is my trick for dealing with flame chariots. Yeah, I'm still taking a couple hits here or there, but most of these are just getting popped before. If you just go back and forth between a barrier, hold your dash until after you hear them make their meow sounds, you can pretty reliably cause them to self-destruct and avoid a lot of the damage that they would cause otherwise. It's a lot harder to pull that off when you have other enemies trying to damage you, like bigger chariots, for example, especially when they teleport. Oh, my favorite. Teleporting chariots are by far like one of the meanest types of enemies in this game, because they're on Force Overtime, well, on Max Force Overtime, they are too fast to outrun in most instances. Even with hyper, I am running as fast as they are with a hyper sprint that increases my movement speed by 100%. Like, they literally move at double your base movement speed. It's so disgusting. And yeah, in theory, you can kind of dash around. You can potentially dash between barriers to block them out, but there are some chambers where that just does not feel possible without taking damage from something else, because there are barriers that don't have any like surface to block damage. And so the archer, if there's a room with archers, it's a bad time. I'll take the shop here, hope for some HP, I think. We've got 2 minutes on the clock, which isn't terrible. All right, Zeus, what have you got? Static discharge, awesome. So now we should... Now, if we do have status privilege, I think we can pretty reliably get status privilege going, which is nice.
Attack us if you dare, blackguard. Asterius and I stand ready.
And soon you will fall.
Hey, Meg. I'm here.
On the one thing that I do know is that Meg, if you angle her right, you can hit both of these guys before the run starts. It does look like I missed Asterius there. Honestly, I think Theseus is the bigger annoyance here because I can kite out Asterius so easily with what my build is. So I'll get some. I got some damage on Theseus, and then I'll just switch to Asterius. I do overall feel that Asterius is easiest to contend with between the two. Theseus just kind of goes off and does his own thing. The main thing you need to do is keep an eye on where Theseus is and never stand in line of sight of him so he can't like shoot a bunch of bullets at you, because those don't do a lot on their own, but they do add up very rapidly. Basically, Theseus is just being an annoying little zoner, but he's not that threatening despite what he would claim. It's when he's in his other form that he's a little bit more annoying, just because he can throw spears at you, and he has his AoEs from the gods, which I guess still puts him as a zoner at the end of the day. All right, Theseus is down. I should take this chance to finish off the bull before Theseus' pattern begins. Awesome. Okay, perfect. I played that perfectly. And now I just completely missed a special. Almost missed it again. Whatever. I play it safe here. I still have two. Actually, I still have two Evergreen Acorns to pop. Oh wait, 3. How did I misread 4 as a 2? Either way, I can just honestly just. Can we please let me hit you? There we go. Yeah, I didn't have to play. I guess I didn't have to play super safe there. I did not take any damage in that fight because of Evergreen Acorn, and I only got hit twice with that in mind.
Got them again, my shade.
Read our good shade, hope for an Athena boon, or do I have enough money for a Death Defiance? I do not. That's fine. I stick with the Acorn here for sure. And I think, yeah, I'll sell Zeus's special again. Realistically speaking, it does the least for us. I'll take it again if I can offer it just for the jolted damage, but Hydrolite is, oh, you know what? Yeah, let's take Ignited Ichor. That'll give us some movement speed. So that's another 10% damage as long as we're, thanks to Rush Delivery. Because it's a 20% move speed, we're getting 50% damage increase based on move speed. Let's go shiny pot hunting while we have a second. I mean, honestly, this is my moment of just taking a breath of fresh air before I move on to sticks. Just break all the pots, even if they aren't golden. It just feels kind of nice. All right, I'll go for the HP first. We're definitely gonna take mini boss chambers over random enemy chambers because we can kill mini bosses extremely quickly, assuming I remember to use Meg and assuming I just don't eat a face full of damage. Would hate to see Tony on this run. Giant Snakestone would definitely be the easiest. Giant Vermin would be the easiest as well because I can kite out both of them and just play super safe and just kill them from a distance. Oh my goodness, I will say though, the fact that Hestia's Empower Shot does not flinch enemies is very frustrating to me because it feels like it should. Alright, we are probably going to lose this Death Defiance, but that said, I have beaten Forced Overtime level 2 base level Hades so many times. I actually don't think we're in a bad spot even if I lose that Death Defiance.
No use.
Plus, we still have the potential. I forget if we saw Athena in the shot or not. I'm hopeful we did. I think the main thing I have to recognize with satyrs is I need to time my dodges with their attacks so I reflect their projectiles and don't get hit by the poison. Because the poison doesn't really do that much damage, but it adds up. It adds up so quickly. All right, who is going to be our mini boss here? Oh, Giant Snakestone. Excellent. Okay, we will take that. Because I can, like I said, I can kite it out. And now that the second mini boss spawns in, I drop the Meg, nearly pop all of their armor, and I can break the, oops, well, I thought I was behind the wall. Unfortunate. All right, so we already killed the mine spawner. We did get some satyrs to spawn in, but this should be fine. I should be able to, there we go, kill that. And now just finish off the satyrs, nice and easy. Hestia, I mean, if this was Extreme Measures 4, we would not clear this run because we are not making good time to get to Hades. But I feel like as long as I have 2 or 3 minutes on the clock for Hades, I should have more than enough time. We'll take, ooh, I think I'm gonna bet it all on this. Let's hope this is the Satyr sack. I do feel like I need a 2 sack to make this happen. Just because tight deadline is kind of slowly tightening the noose around my neck. But if we get the two chamber sticks, I do feel like this is guaranteed a win. Would be lovely if Athena showed up and granted us Death Defiance. But honestly, with where I am HP-wise, as long as I don't take too much damage in these next 2 chambers, I think I can probably kill Hades without needing a Death Defiance. But I'll take it if you give it to me. I'll take the HP, I'll take the move speed. I'm not going to really be buying anything important in the shop, I think. More damage, a little bit of HP to give us better survivability, I'll take it. Also take that pot. I said I don't need that much gold, but I guess I do want it. That or it's just my brain wants the shiny. I thought I grabbed that poison cure, I guess I didn't. Alright. Do we get the 2 chamber sticks, Kiwi? We do not. Oh, this is unfortunate. Oh, this is not good. Alright, well, we'll just have to kill this chamber as quick as possible and then hope for a clean Hades fight. In theory, too, I do think I can kill a Hades with our current build in 2 minutes, but it's not going to feel great. It's going to feel very pressured, and that means I'm more likely to make mistakes. I'm actually, as it is, I'm making more mistakes just out of stress and panic. Would you kindly stop? I swear, like, oh my god, Kiwi. Oh my god. I don't know why, Kiwi, but satyrs just... Satyrs and my brain do not agree. I'm trying to kill these things with traps where I can, but I'm gonna get killed in the process. Like, I usually... My rule of thumb is if I take Extreme Measures 4, I turn off Heightened Security. So I'm pretty sure I have Heightened Security on for this run, just because he doesn't summon nearly as many pots, and they're much easier to avoid, because he doesn't turn the lights off, and I can't see them where they spawn. Alright.
I should press on.
Let's see what we get. Oh, we did get a Death Defiance. Thank you, Athena. For once, you actually granted me RNG that I wanted. I'm so thankful. We'll go for this mini-boss chamber. At this point, Demeter's kind of useless. Coin is kind of useless. but a little bit more damage on our attack just to make things go a little bit faster, I will happily take. And I have finally at this point confirmed that we do in fact have status privilege on. Or privilege, again, privilege status. Why do I've been calling it status privilege this whole time. It's absolutely privileged status. I don't know why I've been calling it the opposite. Oh my goodness, this wall is blocking our shots. Okay, I'm definitely gonna have to sweat a little bit for this Hades fight. But we have, what, it's a 50-something percent chance for a 2-chamber 6 and a probably 70-something percent chance for a 3-chamber 6, so our odds are pretty decent that we get the Satyr stack. Okay, here we go.
Should be the place.
So we're gonna have a minute and a half to kill Hades. I'll just put it on the static discharge because I don't think Urge to Kill is gonna be giving us that much damage. And status privilege is decent while it lasts. We'll take the Aphrodite or HP or Palm. Okay, more damage on the attack sounds great. I can't afford anything else.
Joyfully.
Oh, sorry, Cerberus, I cut you off. My brain is like, I gotta go. I'm like in super speedrun mode right now. We have a minute and a half to beat 2 phases of Hades, and I genuinely still think I can do it. We have pretty solid damage on Hestia. It's really gonna be a matter of how spammy on lasers and darkness he's gonna be on for us. But if I can phase him quickly enough, I think we can do this. I still think we can do this.
Perhaps the blasted fates shall favor me for once.
Here we go, Kiwi. 2 Death Defiances, a reasonable amount of HP, but a tight deadline that's very tight. Here we go. Drop the attack, hit him with Boiling Blood. I missed the Boiling Blood, so I'll try again. There we go. Okay, now I should have the enhanced attack. I'm gonna pop these as soon as they come out, if I can, and try to predict where he's landing with my special. But look at that, we are hitting him for 700 damage on our attack sometimes. It must have been a back attack that did the extra damage with the exposed debuff. Or did we sell that? I forget if we sold that. I don't think we did. I think we kept it over Thunder Flourish when we had the option of selling. This is definitely an instance where I prioritize trying to hit Hades over his minions. Since I have AoE with Explosion Shot, in theory those minions will die over time anyway. And thankfully we got melee minions, so as long as I'm out of their dash path, I should be fine. And I can kill them while he's teleporting around. Like that, my cue for killing his minions is when he is using darkness. All right, let's see. We're about halfway through our allotted time, but phase 1 is objectively slower than a phase 2 because he is just so busy with iframes and teleporting. In phase 2, he can spend a whole time summoning pots, or if he, in his first half of the phase, if he spawns lasers. Oh boy, Kiwi, this is getting kind of sweaty. I'm feeling the noose. Ben's dong is donging. Dong. All right, just gotta keep focusing him down. Maybe I don't want to get hit by, deal with these shockwaves. So I'm gonna keep the pressure on them where possible, but I'm saving Meg for phase 2, I think. I'll save Meg for phase 2. Oh my goodness, Kiwi, this is so scary. We have 0 seconds to beat phase 2. I hope you're ready. Here we go. Gotta kill him super fast. Oh, this is gonna be so close. All right, dropping the Meg because I know he's standing still for lasers. Get behind the wall, then reposition, and just keep shooting. Just gotta keep the damage on him at all times. I have Acorn so I can block some hits. Oh my goodness, Kiwi. Can I do it? Oh, I'm so sweaty. We're almost halfway there. Okay, there's our first Death Defiance. We're only taking 5 damage a second. He's doing another laser, so we should get some free damage here. Just gotta keep it up. Keep it up. Halfway there. Okay. Still ticking for damage. Come on. Oh, I do not need to be shooting walls right now. I'd probably just ignore the things he spawn and hit him with AoE if I can. We're out of shield. Taking hits where I really don't need to. Lob the special over the wall. Come on. Oh, Kiwi, we're so close. Tight deadline is so rough, man. All right, my heart is racing, Kiwi. Can I do this? All right, there's our last Death Defiance. I have 158 HP. He's got like a quarter of his. He's using lasers, which really is not good for us, and I did not need to take that hit. Oh, come on. Just keep shooting at all seconds. Okay, free damage for us. Go, go, go. No lasers. Oh my god, we did it, Kiwi. Oh, we did it. 40 heat, newest, highest heat. Let's go.
You bested me. I'll grant you, Zagreus.
Okay, that
Blast.
That felt so dicey. But we managed it. We beat 40 heat. Our new highest heat record feels awesome. All right, and again, of all the weapons to do it, it was Hestia. What a surprise, or not very much of a surprise to me. Oh my goodness. I made some mistakes on this run, but tight deadline is so rough. All right, let's see. Obviously Hestia, Hyper Sprint, Rush Delivery, our attack for sure gonna go on this. Maybe explosive fire. I think yeah. So let's take rush delivery, hyper sprint. Honestly, blinding flash helped. Divine dash. Maybe. Oh, maybe I take blinding flash off and. It probably doesn't matter that much. But maybe I should honor the attack. We did get 7 levels of it. I'm satisfied with this. But there we go. 40 heat. Oh my goodness. That was such a sweaty run, and that was really close.
The never-learning Zagreus then carelessly fell off a precipice or something, plunging him into the rapids of the Styx.
Okay, Kiwi. Let's do our house roundup, and then I'm gonna go just like take a drink of water and walk it off. Ooh. Feels good though. My goodness. Now,
Feels like it's been a while, everybody.
Oh, hey!
I feel like
I like having a best friend.
with the right RNG and the right pact of punishment, maybe I could.
If ever there's something I can do, you need but ask.
I could do this on the other weapons.
Got me again, Prince. Sneaking up on me like that.
Well, I'll think about it and I'll try it when I feel like it, Kiwi.
I don't know what you want from me.
A hug. I want a hug, Than. Also, I didn't mention it before, but Hypnos called us his best friend. He is our best friend.
Cerberus goes about his business.
Oh my goodness.
Gnawing in this case.
My heart is still racing. I'm lightheaded, Kiwi.
Who's the best 3-headed boy?
Alright, gotta pet Cerberus for good run RNG on the next run. Because if I am gonna go 40 heat on any other weapon, I think it'll probably be Chiron first is what I would do if I had to guess. Maybe I do something a little simpler. I don't know. I'll think about it.
You made a hollow mockery of Theseus that time.
Or maybe I do commit to the 45 heat run on the Blitz disc and try that.
Gotta say, I like what you and Dusa did with this place.
I don't know, man. I'll think about it on another episode.
Hey, what do you know?
Alright. Let's see. Broker got anything good? Ambrosia? I don't think I need any more of. Alright. Mommy Nix, what you got to say?
New piece there.
Oh. Anything to buy here? Oh, I can buy Theme Deathly. Let's buy that, yeah. Evokes the sheer opulence of Hades' domain.
Contractor, I have another job.
Okay,
The
I'm
style's a bit formal for my taste, but I can get used to it.
genuinely catching my breath or
Wish to
something.
Throw away your gemstones, fine by me.
I'm not using them for anything, Hades. Oh, you know what? Why don't we? Yeah, let's go. I forget what this guy is called, but let's go ahead and dump some darkness into him.
Father keeps things orderly, I guess. I believe I'm eligible for the rank of Warden, Resources Director.
Alrighty, Resources Director. Thank you for your purely cosmetic but completionist goal for me. Alright. Oh, looks like I can only upgrade once per run. Oh well, I was hopeful I could dump a whole bunch of resources at once, but that's fine. Alright. Let's go call it a night. Let's go say goodnight to Skelly and call it an episode, Kiwi. I am a teensy bit spent, perhaps. Alright. 40 heat beat. I feel good.
Look like a shoulder to cry on to you, boyo?
Sometimes, Scully. Sometimes. Alright, Kiwi, with all that said, I hope you've enjoyed watching, and if you're awake, I hope this is helping you fall asleep. If you're sleeping, I hope you're sleeping well. I love you, and I will see you in the next one for some more Hades 1.
I am slain.